Hello everyone, welcome back to the Football Stadium Show YouTube channel and welcome to a brand new Around the Ground. Today I'm here at Cressing Road Stadium, home to Braintree Town FC, to watch them take on Chesham Utd in a massive FA Cup clash, take you through the journey of their 125-year history, explore the stadium and also speak with manager Angelo Harrop. Let's get inside. Braintree Town FC were formed back in 1898 and are 125 years old this year. They were initially known as Manorworks FC because the creators of the club were employees of the iconic Crystal Windows Company. For large parts of the team's existence, they've moved about the leagues and won the occasional piece of silverware. However, in 2011, they achieved a major milestone. By a gap of 7 points, the Iron won the Conference South, gaining promotion to the Conference Premier for the first time ever. Their success continued with a playoff appearance and a record-breaking run in the FA Cup, reaching the second round in 2016. Despite said cup run, the 16-17 season ended in misery. The club were relegated by just 3 points, and despite bouncing back up the following season, they then went down again in 2019. These struggles at the bottom of the table followed them into the National League South with constant finishes near the relegation zone. That is, until one man arrived on the scene. Angelo Harrop was appointed as Braintree Town FC manager in May of last year and has completely transformed the club's fortunes. Last season, they won the Essex Senior Cup, beating Concord Rangers 2-0 in the final and also made the National League South playoffs. So far this season, it's not been as good, currently sat 17th in the league. However, the club, of course, is still hoping to push for promotion come the end of the campaign. But today isn't about the league, it's about the FA Cup. After beating Brackley Town 3-2 in the last round of the FA Cup, today the team are going to be taking on Chesham United in the fourth round qualifying. If they do manage to win, they'll be through to the first round proper, which is when the competition really does start to get serious in terms of prize money, attendances and what is at stake. Because of the magnitude of the game, a bumper crowd is expected and hopefully it's going to be a good one. So I'm joined now by Angelo. You're the manager here at Braintree Town FC. Now, I know you came here at the beginning of the last season and the club were in a pretty poor position. It was constant finishes near the relegation zone. But obviously you managed to take them from a team in that place to competing in the playoffs. You won the Essex Senior Cup. How much of a turnaround was needed at the club and how much work did you have to put in?
Well, first of all, it's definitely not just myself. It's a big management team that we have, and everyone does their part. But yeah, there has been a turnaround. I don't know if that's through luck or whatever we've had to do, but we've had to work hard. And I'm really fortunate to be manager of this football club and games like today, and that's what we go into management for. So really excited. Obviously, yes, we did get to the playoffs last year, but that also builds a lot of pressure now on us this season. But I'm a very ambitious manager, and I want to do well. So yeah, it's another high pressure game for us today, but one that we're all excited about as well.
What factors would you say have helped you, take the team from relegation to competing for promotion? What has helped? You mentioned the players, the management team.
Yeah.
How has that all come together?
I think the biggest thing in management is recruitment. I think you've got to make sure your recruitment is right. So we've done that. We've recruited some really good players. Obviously, last season we lost 9 players from last season, which was really tough to take because you build a project and then obviously that gets dismantled. But again, we're a team that go through the lower leagues. We've gone for a lot of step 3 players. And they've really stepped up, and that's a sort of manager I am. I like to give opportunities to young players. It's what I do for work as well. I work with a lot of young players in pro clubs, so really good to give opportunities, and it's paid off so far. The league at the moment we've been up and down in terms of we haven't won enough games. We've drawn a lot of games, but the FA Cup we've had a really good run. We've got a great opportunity to get to the first round. So it's not, it's probably not where I want to be in the league at the moment, but overall, I think the crowd and people that watch us can see we're going in the right direction.
You mentioned working with younger players as your full-time job.
Yeah.
How has that impacted how you work here at Braintree? Do you find yourself bringing more youth talent into the team?
Yeah, I think we have to. I mean, we're not, one of the biggest clubs financially in the league, so we have to look at our resources and we have to work in a different way. But I think, younger players you have to work very differently with. You have to give them a lot of confidence. You still have to demand standards, but maybe it's a little bit different to working with more experienced players. So I have to be very careful of what I say and how I sort of speak to those players. But it's worked so far. And I think there's nothing better than seeing young players come into the club and doing well. And obviously moving on to bigger things, we should be proud of that as well as a club.
So far this season, as you say, 17th in the league. It's not been the best start, but are you still, do you still have your sights on promotion at the end of the season? And how much work have you got to do to try and turn around this start and push for those playoff places?
Yeah, I mean, we've only lost 2 games so far this season, and that shows you that we're competitive. So that was my first aim, is to make sure we're really hard to beat and a team that would be competitive every single league game. To make the playoffs last year was an incredible achievement, but we want to do that again this year. Why would you start a season if you're not going to aim for the stars? It doesn't make any sense. So, I'm not saying we're going to win the league. I think that's unrealistic. But, if we can get around the playoffs, it'll be a massive achievement. Our players know that's what we want to try and do. And I think if we can just turn those draws into wins, it would have been a really good start for us. So, yeah, frustrated more than anything.
And finally today, of course, a massive FA Cup clash. How much is at stake in terms of attendances and prize money, and also how good you have to be to beat Chesham United?
Yeah, well, first of all, we have to be really good today because I've seen them play. They're high flying in their league. They've got a really good management team. I think they're joint managers, young managers as well. So it's going to be a really, really tough game, and that's why I tried to make sure our players knew that. But also I have a lot of confidence in what we do as well. So yeah, we've had to work extremely hard. If you look at the previous games we've had, last minute goals, and that's the magic of the FA Cup. So, today it's going to be tough. It's going to be enjoyable. I want us to play with loads of passion. Our fans will be incredible today. You'll see what our fans are all about here. And that's why it's been a fortress since I've come in. And I think that's really, really vital. Like I said, there's some really tough games in our league, and you've got to be winning your home games.
Great, well, good luck today, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Braintree play their football here at Cressing Road, a small stadium that's full of character. It was taken over by the club 100 years ago in 1923, and just over 4,200 fans can fit in, 553 of whom can sit. The Braintree Town Club shop is like a goldmine for football fans. It has hundreds, if not thousands, of programmes, along with a range of badges, new and old shirts, scarves, and lots more. There's also an atmospheric clubhouse which is full of Braintree merchandise, and a burger van selling hot dogs, burgers, chips, and more. Okay, so as usual, we've got some food. We've gone with the just plain cheeseburger, got some onions and ketchup on there. We've also got some chips. These are proper thick chip shop chips. We've got some salt and vinegar on there as well. And then my dad, as usual, has gone for the biggest option for some reason, the monster burger, which has bacon, onions, 2 patties, 2 cheese. He's put some ketchup on there too, and then a Fanta, and I believe it came to about £15. So let's tuck in. Do you want to have a bite, see what it tastes like?
Good luck, everybody.
Wow. Already made a mess. How is it?
Fantastic.
And also, speaking of buying things, we've also got ourselves from the fantastic club shop, which you would have just seen, a old Braintree Town shirt, £5. Yes, you heard that right, £5. This looks like it's a shirt from the 80s or the 90s. It's got number 6 on the back. Let's open it up. There we go. It's an absolute classic shirt. You've got the material with the pattern in it. It's blue and white, classic Braintree colours. A fantastic shirt, and again, £5. What a bargain. Number 6 on the back. Right, let's tuck into some food. Both sides made their way out onto the pitch, accompanied by a carnival atmosphere. The first half was full of Braintree pressure, the first real chance coming in the 10th minute when Blair made a good run down the left-hand side before knocking the ball into Watt's path, whose long shot just went wide of the post. Not too long later, a mix-up at the back for Chesham almost led to a goal from a Braintree corner, but the goalkeeper was there to catch the ball. And just 2 minutes after that, Iron captain Alfie Payne dispossessed a Chesham player of the ball and made a good pass down the left to Blackwell, though his shot was wide. Blackwell then picked up the ball again after a nice through ball by Blair, though this time his shot was over the bar. Chesham's first real chance came late on in the half, a free kick from Bruno Andrade just over the bar. And that was all for the first 45, 0-0. The second half started off electrically, George Quantrell's volley hitting the post. What then had a go, his 30-yard effort rattling the crossbar. The Chesham keeper was called into action again on the 70th minute mark, Blackwell's free kick needing to be tipped over the bar. And in the 95th minute, in the last chance of the game, a nicely set up corner routine saw Chesham nearly steal the tie. And that was full time, Braintree 0, Chesham 0, the game going to a replay on Tuesday night. Well, full time here at Cressing Road Stadium, 0-0, meaning this cup tie will be going to a replay this Tuesday evening at Chesham United. It was an end-to-end game as a neutral, a really exciting one to watch, but for those Braintree Town fans sat in the stand today, I'm sure they will be frustrated because so many chances to win the game. I think they hit the woodwork 2 or 3 times, and so did Chesham United, so it really could have gone either way. I think 0-0 was probably a fair result based on both teams' performances, but of course, like I say, it will be going to a replay this Tuesday night. In terms of my day here at Braintree, we've had a fantastic time. It's a lovely little stadium tucked away. They've got an amazing club shop, like you saw earlier, some great food as well, which has really made me fill up even now after the game 2 hours later. You know, so many people here today, I think maybe 1,000 I'd estimate, usually 600 or 700 in the league, but of course being a cup game, everyone came out for it today and made the noise, which was really good to see. So yeah, if you are close to the area or you're just a football fan in general, please, as I always say, make sure to come down to this stadium, to Cressing Road, and cheer on the Irons. Thank you so much to James, the club secretary here as well, for inviting me down. As I said, we've had a fantastic day, and you know, he was saying to us earlier that the whole club is volunteer run practically, so it's incredible to see that, you know, so many people coming together in the local community to make this great club, you know, flourish on days and match days like this. And of course, thank you so much to Angelo Harrop as well, the manager of Braintree Town, for agreeing to be interviewed by myself. If you did enjoy watching, please make sure to like, subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.